Today, I'm at Fallow Restaurant, which is known for making some of the best English breakfasts and Sunday roasts in London. So let's hop in there and meet up with a friend for a British feast in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're here at Fallow. My buddy Ollie has joined me. Ollie, if you don't know, you really should. He's got a channel called Jolly, as well as You're on Korean Englishman, and I don't know, 6 other channels?
Oh, well, we're working on a few.
And Fallow as well, they have their own YouTube channel. They make a lot of British food content. What's up with you? How have you been?
How have I had shingles.
Cool. Well, they made us this nice drink, so let's cheers to shingles.
Here we go. To shingles.
To shingles.
To recovery.
Becky and Jack are behind the camera.
That's like rhubarb and custard.
It tastes like a creamsicle. Do you have creamsicles? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Well, here we're going to have a traditional English breakfast, and then they're going out of their way to make me an English Sunday roast.
Okay.
Because it's not Sunday, and I'm not going to be able to get one because we leave.
It's also not breakfast time.
No, it's not. But you do this. You don't eat at the right time. It's 3 p.m. It's time for tea, and we're going to have a lot of meat.
I love this because I've got absolutely no idea what
Great.
we're doing, but that is also the same on Jolly. Yeah. Normally Josh just organizes everything.
It's time. We're doing it, Ollie. Sunglasses off, come on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, happy to be your Josh today.
No, it's nice. I feel in safe,
good,
large hands.
Yeah. Does Josh have really big hands?
No, Josh has surprisingly small hands.
Tough.
But he's blessed in almost every other conceivable department.
He's handsome, he's talented, he speaks a lot of languages.
Exactly. I am cursed by God to sit next to him on camera for a living.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in for a treat here, by the way.
I'm excited.
They prioritize sustainability here, so they specialize in dishes that use parts of the animal that typically get discarded.
Yeah, I checked out their YouTube channel and saw this. I saw they also do some sort of mushroom thing with a bunch of discarded mushrooms from other places.
They grow mushrooms downstairs in like a kind of hot
We do that in LA too, but a little different.
So we're going to do 4 full English for you today. Slightly different to how we do it on the restaurant menu because we're going to include 2 things that are very common throughout the rest of the UK. So we've got baked beans and fried bread, which is a must, I think. We've got the works on here, but to make it even more special, this is a breakfast must for me. This is HB sauce. So obviously we're very close to the Houses of Parliament. So this is the Houses of Parliament sauce made from tamarind. It's got dates in there, so all sorts in there, to be honest. And this is something that kind of splits the room with a full English, but pretty much quintessential, I would say, is the humble Heinz baked beans. Has to be Heinz. So yeah, there we go. Enjoy, guys. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you. This is a lot of food.
Oh yeah, breakfast of champions, man.
Truly.
We used to run the world.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, let's not talk about that.
You really mucked that one up. You let us get away, and then it was downhill from there. Okay, so tell me, what are all the things that are in this plate?
Okay, so we've got bacon, typically back bacon. You guys love streaky bacon in the US, and of
This
course
is more ham.
we call it back bacon. I assume that's because it's from the back of the pig.
Yeah.
You'd have mushrooms, a fried egg. They've got cherry tomatoes here, but often you'll just have a baked tomato cut in 2. This is black pudding. Have you had black pudding?
That's a blood pudding?
Yes, it's blood and oats. Good.
Okay.
It's good.
Hey, I'm down.
This is a hash brown. We often have hash browns in kind of triangles. Don't know why. And then these will be probably Cumberland sausages.
And what's this?
That's a mushroom.
That's a mushroom.
Yeah, this is a fancy mushroom. Only the best for you guys.
And then the beans go on the toast?
So beans typically you would put on toast, yeah. Beans on toast is a meal in and of itself.
I'll start there because that feels to me like the thing that is the most we know about that you do this in America, right?
Yeah, now,
we know this.
This is fried bread, so this is kind of double decadent.
More delicious. There it is. There it is. It's beans. I'm just trying to capture the beauty.
You look like you're going to eat it like a bruschetta or something.
Yeah, I'm eating it like pizza. How am I supposed to eat it?
I would just cut it,
with a
knife and fork. We're not savages.
It's toast. Beans and toast.
It just hits a spot.
This is a hilarious combination of
What? I want to know your honest opinion. I know that it's kind of a meme.
It's not bad, but I think that toast by itself is also delicious. So it doesn't, to me, like make the toast better. I'd say it makes the toast worse. I mean, I kind of get it. It's sweet. It's like a vegetable sweetness as opposed to like a jam. Like we do butter and jam typically, so very sweet. So I get the slight sweetness if I think of it that way.
It's less than the sum of its parts, though. You would rather have them separately.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's funny because Americans always say this tastes sweet.
It doesn't?
For me, it just doesn't register in that kind of, I don't know.
I think it's sweet.
That area of the graph. To me, it's just, I don't know, it's a singular taste.
I mean, it tastes like beans.
I would often have it with cheese on top.
I can
And
see
then
that
maybe some sriracha or some hot sauce on top of that.
That to me makes sense because it doesn't have any fat other than the butter on the bread and the fact that the bread was fried.
Yeah.
And I think hot sauce would give it some acidity too that would make it better.
I mean, let's be honest. It is a lazy meal
It is.
for an extraordinarily lazy.
It really feels like a college student who's like, well, I got bread and beans.
Yeah.
I guess I can toast it up. The rest of this, though, feels very familiar. We have hash browns. Ours are shredded.
Yeah.
But in school, like in elementary school, you get these a lot.
Oh, really?
This is like an elementary school staple. I'm gonna try the funny bacon, the back bacon. The jam is delicious. The char on it.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's smoked. That's smoked bacon.
It's delicious. I think that's just this restaurant makes really good.
No, honestly, that just tastes like back bacon.
Really?
In fact,
Wow.
another British breakfast staple would be a bacon bat. So that would be just some back bacon in a bun with some ketchup.
Almost
But
a BLT.
You can, oh yeah, yeah.
The hash brown, it's never going to focus on this instead of
Wait,
me.
if I move my head
I don't
out.
know. Maybe.
You need to move your head
I know,
out
I'm
of the way.
trying.
Yeah,
But
come
then
on,
I can't see.
further.
But then I
There
can't
you go.
see the hash brown. I mean, fried potatoes are always good. No one's upset about that. Now this HP sauce,
Yeah, we have that before.
what kind of sauce is that?
It's hard to describe. Tangy is the word.
It is a thick Worcestershire sauce. Not quite a barbecue sauce.
It's not sweet enough to be barbecue
No.
sauce. It's quite sour.
Tomato. Yeah, it's sour. The tomato. Delicious. What kind of sausage is it? I assume just a pork sausage?
Yeah, pork
Is
sausage.
this the same as a banger?
Yeah.
Or are those different?
Yeah. No, banger would just refers to any kind of sausage that's edible.
But you know what? Why it's called a banger? I looked it up.
Why?
Because they used to, in war times, they didn't have enough meat, so they would fill it with more water or some other thing. And when you cook
and it
them,
pops.
they would bang.
Oh, they'd explode. Yeah, growing up, that used to happen.
So they blow up all the time because it was a cheaper way to make a sausage, but it meant they would explode. So they were called bangers because they pop really loud.
Okay.
The banger.
I think we make great sausages as a nation.
Oh yeah, great texture, well flavored, but very pork tasting. Not over. Like a lot of our sausage is good, but it's really heavily seasoned.
I mean, that's a pattern in our cuisine in general.
Not seasoned.
Yeah. I always think it's strange. In the UK, you would always have salt and pepper on the table, but often when you're cooking, people don't use salt and pepper. It's bizarre. This is the ultimate hangover food.
I was gonna say, this feels like you're waking up, you had a crazy night, you roll in, this is so much food, lots of fat, lots of flavor. You go back home and go to bed.
100%. You don't have to eat for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, how many calories is here?
Yeah, it's great.
2,000, 3,000?
So this is called black pudding or blood pudding?
Black pudding.
Black pudding.
Now
It's black.
this,
It's I'm trying. That's what it looks like.
I understand why this has a bad reputation. I don't understand how anyone can not like it though.
There's like a hush puppy. There's like a hush puppy. You know what that is?
No.
A hush puppy is a fried cornbread fritter that's typically served with like a fried seafood basket.
Okay.
It tastes exactly
I
like
think
this.
I think I've had that.
I do kind of taste the slight difference that the blood, I guess, gives. Like it's not a full iron flavor, but there's sort of something at the aftertaste that's unfamiliar, which must be that.
Just a slight heartburn at the end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I really do.
Yeah.
The mushroom. This mushroom is phenomenal. Portobellos, sometimes I don't like because they're very watery. They can just be very yucky. This one is not yucky.
That's good.
It's really good. We have stuffed mushrooms. You have those?
Yeah.
It kind of has that with a little bit of crispy bread they've got on top, breadcrumb. It gives that flavor, but honestly, for a portobello, this is so delicious. When you're doing this, do you just sort of like glop things together randomly?
Yeah, you slop it together. I mean, it's always a bit of a mess by the end.
Which is nice.
If you imagine you're hungover
No, I love it.
You're not paying attention to eating things delicately.
I mean, Becky and I are pretty jet lagged, and I bet that Jack is the most, because he arrived 4 hours ago.
What?
I've been here for about 6 hours.
Holy crap. What do you think of when you think of British food?
Well, it has a terrible rap.
Okay.
I think you do think of beans on toast. And in America, that sounds terrible.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, in terms of food, we've obviously got like toad in the hole, eaten mess. We've got like dainty little names for things.
You have silly names everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm staying at the Thistle London Holborn.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
that's
ridiculous.
not how you say that.
I don't, well, how do you say it? Holborn?
Hoban.
Coban.
Hoban.
Hoban. You're just saying it to a lot of letters there.
No, it's fine.
We had a mess,
Eaten mess, yeah.
What's that?
It's a type of dessert that it's a bit like a trifle. Do you have trifles?
What's a trifle?
Okay. Oh my.
I read about those in The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
With the Ice Witch.
It's
and
like
Santa.
Yes.
And Santa Claus is in it.
Yeah, Father Christmas, I think you mean.
He lives in the woods.
It's Father Christmas.
Yeah, sure. So he's not called Santa out here?
No, we call him Father Christmas.
What's the trifle thing?
Have you ever had like an Australian pavlova?
Yes.
It's similar to that, but just kind of more cream, jelly, fruit salad, maybe a bit of sponge.
What is it?
It's a trifle. It's got all of these layers.
And I think an eaten mess is just that, just like,
It's just a bunch of dessert things plopped together.
just on a plate.
I could absolutely devour the rest of this, but I know there's more food coming, so I should stop.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
a roast is also a ton of food.
I mean, a roast is big. It's crazy to me that you've just ordered a roast midweek. I know you say that we would not do that.
Why wouldn't you?
Do you know how much effort they
I didn't say they had to. I said if you have suggestions of where I could find one, and then they said we'll do it.
Well, in fairness,
and I said, great, I love that for me because it's hard to find, and I'm not here on Sunday.
roast is on Sunday. You do not serve a roast midweek. If you do, you shouldn't be going to that place. It's like some places do curry, pizza, and fish and chips on the same menu. You shouldn't go to that place.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so Sunday roast
Wow.
with all the trimmings. So we keep it fairly traditional here at Fallow. My guiding principle about a roast is you always go for a roast on a Sunday, and it's always a little bit disappointing unless you go somewhere like really swanky, because one element always lets it down. So we keep it quite simple. We've got greens, normally either a carrot or pumpkin in this case, some beautiful crispy potatoes. They're basically dressed with a bit of herbed beef fat as well. Then we've got beautiful soft Yorkshire pudding. This is fillet steak, but we sometimes do it with rump or lamb or chicken. And then we've got our cauliflower cheese and, of course, a big generous jug of gravy.
Amazing.
Enjoy.
But this looks
This
really
looks
good.
unbelievable. I mean, this
Really,
looks more like a steak dinner than a roast, right?
Yeah,
Because this is
yeah.
a much more petite little thing that they roast for us, which is very nice. Honestly, it's going to be better. It's gorgeous.
And this is cauliflower cheese.
Cauliflower cheese, is that like...
It's the British answer to mac and cheese. We use vegetables instead of pasta. Really good.
Where should we start?
I'm allergic to potatoes.
Okay.
But I love them so much.
You'll have those last?
No, it just means it's like the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. But I love them so much that I always
deal with it?
Yeah.
Let's try the beef with the horseradish cream, which I love horseradish. It's the way to go. Yeah, that's...
Oh wow,
that's stellar.
That is actually very very good.
It's got this delicious gravy, this nice bright horseradish cream, not too strong, but still there. This is such a Christmas dinner for us.
Now, would you ever eat a roast dinner in a restaurant?
In America, if you're having like a roast beef thing, it's like sort of in a buffet situation. It's very a holiday buffet vibe.
Oh, like Arby's?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Sorry. No, isn't it?
No. This potato is so crunchy on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It was really cracking through. It was hot too. But what a good texture. Are these leeks?
Yeah, so this is, I think this is, it looks like leeks.
Looks like leek.
It's like British collard greens, I guess.
It's like a stewed green. Tasty. Yeah, maybe. It's tasty. It's like very cabbagey.
No, this is a pumpkin.
This is pumpkin. This is pumpkin. This doesn't look like our pumpkins. You guys got wacky. Can I eat the outside?
I doubt it.
The pumpkin.
Now, the Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah. So what should I do here?
Well,
Anything specific?
I like to pour gravy in.
Let's do it. And then you drink it out like a cup.
Well,
Is it a drink it?
no, I would just kind of cut it.
That was a lot.
Yeah, and then look at
Cut it
that.
and let it spill out.
Oh, isn't that great?
And okay, so our word for pudding and English pudding, very different.
Yeah.
Pudding. Like your pudding's like earlier we had the black pudding. That was like a fritter almost. This is like a souffle. And it's just so funny to call it a pudding because it really isn't what our puddings are.
No.
Our puddings are little chocolate delights. What do you call pudding, American pudding?
We would also call that pudding. So what do you make of this, Steve?
I mean, it's delicious. It's just tastes like this is very like American steakhouse on a Sunday night dinner. I'm interested in this cauliflower and cheese business. And saying that it's like mac and cheese is such a funny way to think of it. It's hot. You touch my mouth just barely, and I react.
I saw the steam as I took it off. I was like, I'm not
I reacted. I reacted on instinct. Funny.
If you put macaroni in there, it's just mac and cheese.
Yeah, but except the cauliflower, it's just a cauliflower. It's cauliflower.
You're not loving that.
I don't not love it. It's strange.
Right.
I've never had cheese and cauliflower. Maybe I've had Parmesan and cauliflower, like a roasted cauliflower with like some herbs and a Parmesan. It's certainly unique.
No, it really is like mac and cheese, but you switch out.
Yeah.
Macaroni for cauliflower.
Yeah.
I mean, when you describe that sounds like the reputation that Britain has for food. Oh, it's like mac and cheese, but with cauliflower instead. And when you say that to an American, be like, I don't want that instead.
Yeah.
I like macaroni. It's good.
Yeah, fair enough. But we'll live longer. We'll be sadder, but we'll live longer.
Not with the amount of cigarettes people are smoking around here. I saw a man take such a big hit of a vape today. When he exhaled, I thought he was on fire. He was in smoke like a magician. I'm not exaggerating. I said, Becky, look at that man. I think he's on fire. He looked like he had just poofed onto the bench. It was such a plume. Such a plume.
But also in LA, it just smells of weed everywhere. Like everywhere.
Everywhere.
Do you prefer it to drinking alcohol?
Just drinking makes you too confident. Just smoking makes you too paranoid. So the blend of both of them gives you the perfect amount of normal confidence.
Okay.
And normal skepticism.
Okay. It's almost like you're not on anything.
Right. Yeah. It feels very American, to be honest. Other than the Yorkshire pudding part, everything else is like, we would have a bread, we'd have a starch, we'd have a cheesy something. This is honestly better than a roast because he just made us a steak, which is delicious.
I should say this is up there. This may be the best best roast I've ever had. Certainly in a restaurant setting.
Yeah,
I don't think you can match my granny's Sunday roast.
Oh, so it's a family thing too? Like a grandmother makes a big Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up having a Sunday roast every Sunday. And it was just like Sunday after church, you come home, the roast's been in the oven, like on a timer all morning. You come in, out the oven, Yorkshire puds, everything.
Wow.
Maybe I'm overreaching here, but Southerners in the US, there's a kind of, they dress conflict up with etiquette and politeness in a similar way to how British people do.
Yes.
You know the whole bless your heart thing?
Yes, very similar.
That's like, oh, he's an interesting fellow, means he's completely insane.
Right.
You know, like there's all these codes that we have.
Oh, she's interesting. Means she's unattractive.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
She's interesting.
Yeah.
That means she's crazy.
It's pretty insulting. Yeah.
Oh, she's interesting. Means she's crazy. Like, well, she's interesting. She's ugly.
Yeah. My sister, when there's an idea she doesn't like, she likes to say, well, it's an idea. We're cousins, aren't we, really?
Yes, truly.
We're cultural
we're
cousins.
the same. Yeah. This lands somewhere between New York and Boston in its attitude, but the people are a little bit more New York. a little bit more on their way somewhere and completely oblivious of other people.
Oh, for sure. Don't look someone in the eye.
They're running you over even if you do.
I do get in trouble with this because my friends and my wife, they always say that I don't even realize I'm doing it, but I intervene. I don't know, I unintentionally insert myself into kind of
other people's problems?
Yeah, I do. Happened the other day. Outside our house, there was a man shouting, and I was like, I gotta go out. He's shouting. And Lizzie, my wife, is like, don't do that. You always insert yourself, right? So I didn't. Next day, same time, same place, shouting, right? So I go out, and I'm like, are you okay? It's actually our neighbor, who I'd never met, because loads of people live in these flats next to us. And he's so drunk, he can't get his key into his front door, and he's shouting to try and get in. So I was like, okay, well, I'll let you in. So I let him in, and then he can't get up the stairs. So I got him up the stairs.
We're gonna get him out.
And then he like peed himself when we were going up the stairs. And then I got him into his flat, and I got him some water and started doing some washing up because his flat is like really bad. Really, really bad. And there's like a massive knife in his sink. And I was like, I'm locked in this guy's apartment on my own. What am I doing? Put him to bed. Next night, same thing happens. 10 p.m., he's going crazy, shouting outside.
Now.
So I'm now stuck in a loop. I had to go in. This time he'd actually, he'd pooed his pants. And the next day, the same thing happened, called an ambulance, because at that point I was like, he's not getting better.
Yeah.
And they took him away for like 4 days. He was back last night.
Yelling?
And I'm stuck now. And I've inserted myself, and I have only got myself to blame. He was blind drunk. He's shouting, blowing into a conch shell.
I've gone and done it again!
Yeah. I'm sorry, you almost certainly can't use any of that. But...
No, I was about to cut before that. I'm 100% using that.
Are you getting anything else?
I don't think so.
You should get the Chelsea tart. Have you got that? You've got to, this is the best.
Okay.
It's the best dessert.
Yeah. And then we get the sounds good.
Sorry if I'm hijacking, but it is the best dessert. Personally, I think this is one of the best desserts you can get in London.
Wow.
They call it the Chelsea tart here because it's a fancy name, but really it's made primarily with whey, which is the water that you get when you strain yogurt. It's also a byproduct of making cheese, so they get this whey from a cheese
Little
maker.
Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider, sat down beside her, frightened her away. Miss Muffet away? Little Miss Muffet. What a funny name.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
I do know. You know what? I think the last time that was said to me was when I was like 6 months old, so I feel like I'm swaddled.
Oh, in America we say that one all the time.
Oh, okay. One of those weird Hollywood cocktail parties.
Yeah. You know Little Miss Muffet, right?
Anyway.
Let's have the tart.
They get the whey, they reduce it down, and they make it into this tart. It's mostly whey. It's basically like a bodybuilder's tart, which incidentally one of my prison names. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Let's do it. Kind of looks like a cheesecake and a creme brulee kind of combined.
This is also a milk ice cream.
Please focus on it. Please focus on it. Please focus on it. Please focus on it. There it goes. Wow. I guess I'll have a little of this.
Yeah, it's just milk ice cream.
Okay. Milk?
Yeah.
Milk is a flavor?
Apparently.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That is so good.
Isn't it?
It's caramel. It's the flavor of caramel, the texture of a really soft cream cheese.
It's like a kind of natural caramel cheesecake.
God, it's incredible.
It really is spectacular.
The salt on it is really nice too. But it's really just the most delicious caramel flavor.
I just love that is like made from a discarded cheese making product. Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh.
I've never had garbage that tasted so good.
Yeah, the raccoons know something we don't. Yeah, which we don't have, by the way. We don't have raccoons.
Consider yourself lucky. They scream.
Yeah.
Well, this was a nice meal. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks again to Ollie for joining me and Fallow for having us. Make sure you subscribe to both of those guys' channels. They're all great food people. You're going to love them. Oh, and hey, if you missed it, last week I had everything from Greg's, so go watch that.
Our Wellingtons are called corn dogs.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Kind of a Wellington.
That's true.